Okay, we're going to go ahead and make our Mexican rice. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our pot and we're going to start with 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil. We're then going to add 2 diced onions. And 4 minced garlic. And those are garlic cloves. And one thing, if you haven't figured out, Shelly and I are pretty generous when it comes to garlic. So I would say it's 4 very large cloves. And if your cloves are small, I would say it would probably be 6 to 8. Okay, so you can see the onions and garlic. I'm continuing to stir them. I do not want them to brown. I want them to stay translucent. And this is the sort of thing, if you walk away for a second, you can burn your garlic. Okay, so you can see our onions and garlic are translucent. So we're now going to add our rice. The rice has been, this is basmati rice. It has been rinsed with cold water until the water is clear. That is an important step, and what we're going to do is we're going to continue to toss or stir our rice. We do not want this to burn, we're just toasting it. Also, something to point out is that we are using a non-stick pan or pot. This is a really important thing. The last time I made my Mexican rice, I actually did not use a non-stick pot, and it got a little burnt and I had to start all over again. So a non-stick pot to make sure that you are not going to stick. Also, when you are using a non-stick pot, it's important not to use a metal utensil. You should use a rubber spatula. This will prevent your pot from scratching and from you having to buy another one later. If you go to any kitchen supply store, typically these red ones are designed for high heat. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and add to our rice some of Shelly's homemade tomato sauce. Shelly, why don't you tell a little bit about your tomato sauce?
It's simply made with lots of tomatoes. I also mix basil, garlic and onion, and it's then cooked up and I can it. Beautiful. So it's great with pasta and it's great with dishes like this.
And these are tomatoes I'm assuming you got when they're peak, and everyone has tomatoes that they can't get rid of, so you can pick them up inexpensively at your farmers markets because they are going to lose their shelf life, and they're great for canning in tomato sauces and having later. So these are from last season.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, so I tend to wait towards the end of the season where the tomatoes are often sweeter and really at their prime, and make all different sorts of tomato preserves, and this is just one of them.
Great. Now we're going to go ahead and add frozen peas. This is 1 pound. 1 pound of corn, frozen. We're going to add 2 diced tomatoes, fresh. We're going to add 2 carrots, diced.
And they were large carrots, those ones, Josh. We were pretty generous with the carrots.
That is correct. We're going to go ahead and add some chili powder, and that is a tablespoon. I'm sorry, it is a half of a teaspoon of cumin. And then I'm going to add chicken stock. You could use water. You could use vegetable stock. You can really use anything. I'm choosing chicken stock because I know that it will add more flavor. So I'm gonna mix everything up. And then I'm gonna bring this up to a simmer. Then I'm gonna turn it down on low and cover it and let it steam. The recipe also calls for chopped cilantro, 4 tablespoons. That will be put on top of the rice as a garnish prior to serving. Looks beautiful.
Beautiful colors.
Yes.